Hello and how's it going, everyone? It is Skullzi here with the latest Bethesda news, rumors, and speculation. No face camera today. I am actually currently working on a better backdrop. That way you guys can look at something a little bit better than just a blue curtain with stars enveloped around it or my sunroom. I'll be getting something better set up here very soon and my face cam will return to my videos, but nonetheless, you're not here to hear about that. You want to know about a new discovery that was just made in the Starfield E3 2021 trailer. And this discovery is actually something more than just a smudge on a computer or pilot console. This is something that is fairly interesting, and no doubt that smudge on that pilot's console does actually mean something, like I showed you in a previous video. Because with that in mind, this same discovery, I believe, means something as well. Only just like the previous discovery, just like that supposed Hammerfell and High Rock tease, this situation is just as strange, only I mean, it seems to be a little bit easier to figure out, but I don't think the easy answer is the true answer here. But nonetheless, we'll be breaking it all down together in today's video, and today's adventure begins over on the Starfield subreddit, because I didn't make this discovery, a community member did. Once in a while, we get a pretty awesome community discovery, so I want to make sure that I do give credit where it is deserved. And thankfully, this person's username isn't as horrible as the one that I'm going to be getting into later on in the video, which I'll have to only use part of their name. But either way, this discovery comes to us from GDSMTH. GD Smith is what I'll be referring to them as, just for the ease of speaking in this video. And you can see that they posted this over on the Starfield subreddit 2 days ago. So I don't know how this went under my radar for the last 2 days. I generally keep a pretty close eye on any and every Starfield community for community discoveries just like this, and at the same time I keep an eye on almost anything at all to do with Bethesda. So somehow this just like snuck past me over the last couple of days. This must have had a very high sneak skill, I guess, but either way I felt like this was super interesting, so that's why I'm sharing it with you today. And you can see that GD Smith says the following: ETA countdown stuck at 00:22:03, which in terms of the game universe probably means 22 minutes and 3 seconds. However, like Todd Howard has said numerous times, Bethesda does hide stuff in their trailers. They do hide hints towards what we should expect in future games or specific dates in their trailers, and Todd Howard has even went as far as to say that everything in a trailer is put there for a reason. So if they were going to put like random numbers as a placeholder to serve as just some kind of background effect, or just like to actually just fill in the numbers that are necessary for a console to look like it's actually being used, then I don't know why they would choose these specific numbers, because these numbers look a lot like E3 2022. I mean, Bethesda could have chose any number to put here, right? Bethesda literally could have just put 42, they could have put like 17 minutes and 55 seconds, they could have put anything here, but they put numbers that look very similar to E3 2022, or March 2022, or even 223 days after the E3 2021 trailer, which would be January 1st, 2022. There's a lot of theories as to what this could mean already going down in the community, both on this post on the Starfield subreddit and my official Discord, which you should join, by the way. There's a link to it down in the description below. We're trying to build a really awesome active community there, and so far it's going well. But either way, the TL Doctor is, I feel like Bethesda specifically chose these numbers and this statement right here because, I mean, if that random sticker smudge is truly a tease for the Elder Scrolls 6 and High Rock and Hammerfell, then, I mean, it would only make sense that something like this, which seems a little bit more concrete than that, would definitely mean something as well. Now, is it possible the community is just seeing things that they want to see here, and this is just a big coincidence, and perhaps they're just digging into things a little bit too deep? I suppose so, yes. I have to play the balanced opinion here, because that is definitely possible. This obviously isn't confirmed to mean something, but with everything in mind that I just said, with that High Rock and Hammerfell tease, which I believe is a High Rock and Hammerfell tease, based on what I said in the previous video. If you haven't seen that video, then you should watch it, because I feel like it does prove that this is a tease. But if that is indeed a tease, then why wouldn't something like this be one? Because like I keep saying, Bethesda could have chose any numbers to put here, but they chose something that looks like E3 2022 or whatever else that the community thinks it might mean. Now, Mr. Matty Plays, who I'm sure most of you know who he is if you're watching my video, he's a great and awesome gaming content creator who does cover Bethesda as well. He shared his opinion on my post over on Twitter and says he thinks it's an ETA before the ship that's seen on a trailer arrives on a new planet in that specific system. He forgets the name of the system and stuff, but there's other hints suggesting that the ship that we're seeing in the trailer is actually en route to another system, to another planet, and that ETA is actually 22 minutes and 3 seconds until we get to that system, which is true, Maddie. That is a very valid point, and probably is exactly what this is supposed to be. That's probably what this ETA actually means in-game on this heads-up display. Only this footage is in engine and is technically in game. We're not watching someone play the game. We're watching a trailer, an environment compiled by Bethesda in engine. Even if it is in the game, Bethesda took this footage and set stuff up for this footage. And like I said, they could have put anything on this heads-up display in the trailer. They could have put any numbers here. They could have chosen any random amount of time it would have taken to travel to wherever the player was going, but they chose 2203, which looks awfully similar to E3 2022, but man, it's hard to say again if this means anything. I'm on the same kind of fence that I was stuck on when I was talking about that Elder Scrolls 6 tease right here that's in the same trailer, because this doesn't look exactly like High Rock and Hammerfell, but when you compare this supposed map, this supposed Elder Scrolls 6 tease, to actual just debris and scratches and smudges just inches above it, the clear inconsistency between the quality of both the Elder Scrolls 6 supposed tease and the actual scratches are night and day. It's clear Bethesda wanted you to pay attention to this, and they wanted this to have more clarity and conformity to it, and when you even zoom in on it, it has to be a map of some kind, just based upon the drawing and the geographic coastlines and things like that. So if this is indeed some sort of tease from Bethesda, which it is, it has to mean something, then why wouldn't this be? Especially when you can consider, like I keep saying, Bethesda could have just put 17 minutes and 14 seconds in there, or Bethesda could have just put 22 minutes, right? I mean, if it's going to take 22 minutes and 3 seconds to get to this place, who puts that there? If you're just thinking of a random amount of time to travel somewhere, who goes, it's going to take me 14 minutes and 2 seconds to get there? No, you would just put like 14 minutes, or your brain would come up with like 14 minutes and like 22 seconds or something. Like 22 minutes and 3 seconds just seems rather on purpose, and it's not 22 minutes, it's not 22 minutes and 11 seconds, it's 22 minutes and 3 seconds. 3 freaking seconds after 22 minutes of travel time. And that's specifically what Bethesda put here. So, again, I feel like I'm saying the same thing I said about that High Rock Hammerfell Elder Scrolls 6 tease in the same trailer. This clearly has to mean something, but what does it mean? And I say what does it mean because the obvious answer clearly is it means E3 2022, right? It means we should expect to see something from Starfield at E3 2022. Only, is that really what this means? Is that what Bethesda is hiding in this trailer? Because I think that everyone already knows to expect something at E3 2022 regarding Starfield, because you gave us the release date of the game in the same trailer. The game is coming out in 2022, and in usual Bethesda Game Studios fashion, we know that the E3 before the game releases during that same year is going to be all about that game. We didn't need that to be hinted towards us in a trailer like this, so that almost makes me wonder if that's not what this means. But I mean, the obvious answer here may not be the answer, but at the same time, am I digging too deep into things now? I don't know. I think it's very likely that that is indeed what this is supposed to be teasing. It's just a tease. Maybe this tease is supposed to be obvious. That way it draws people's attention. That way we can look into the trailer even more to find other things. Maybe this tease was supposed to be the first tease that people were supposed to discover and discuss in this trailer, so that that way the community could look even deeper into the trailer and discover the High Rock and Hammerfell tease. Only, I think the community surprised Bethesda and discovered the Elder Scrolls 6 tease first, and this tease much later, but that's just my own speculation. Either way, if this isn't just a tease for E3 2022, then what is it a tease for? Well, maybe it's not supposed to be a tease telling us that Starfield will be at E3 2022, but instead it's just supposed to be guiding us to not expect anything else from Starfield until E3 2022. Don't expect Starfield to be at QuakeCon, don't expect Starfield to be at Gamescom, don't expect Starfield to be at the Game Awards. Maybe that's what Bethesda is telling us here, and they're telling us to just wait patiently until E3 2022, because if that is what they're telling us here, which in my opinion seems more likely than them just telling us Starfield would be at E3, which we already know. If that is the case, then Starfield will be a gigantic showcase at E3. We'll get a ton of gameplay, a new trailer, that Todd Howard with his leather jacket, and maybe even friend Elon on stage talking about the game for like 15 or 20 minutes. I think that's exactly what this tease is for regarding when we should expect to see anything substantial again for Starfield. And I was hoping to get more of those behind the scenes into the Starfield, the dev diary videos. We might still get more of those, but those may mostly still just be featured on behind the scenes stuff and not actually give us more huge snippets of gameplay information. Either way, I don't really know what else this could mean. I mean, people think it could mean March of 2022, which I don't know how that's relevant to anything, and then some other people think it might be January 22nd of 2022, which is even less relevant than March. I don't think this could mean anything else other than E3 2022, and again, rather than this tease being some kind of hidden message from Bethesda that Starfield will be at E3 2022, I think it actually means we shouldn't expect to hear anything else about Starfield until E3 2022, but that's just my opinion on things. Again, this is just speculation based on random numbers that are just typed into a console in the background in the Starfield trailer, but I find it super interesting that there are even more discoveries still being made in regards to this trailer. And like I've said before, Todd Howard has said many times, they hide stuff in their trailers, and everything in the trailer has a purpose more or less. So this number definitely means something. They could have put anything here, and why would they put 22 minutes and 3 seconds and not just 22 minutes? I mean, this clearly means E3 2022, so to be honest, it makes a little bit more sense that this was indeed supposed to be like the hook, if you will, to draw the community into digging deep into this trailer. I believe this is what Bethesda wanted everyone to discover first, and that this was supposed to be what eventually led us to the Elder Scrolls 6 Hammerfell and High Rock discovery, which was just discovered first by the community way before this thing was. But either way, huge shout out to GD Smith over on Reddit, GDSMTH, for this discovery. And before I end today's video, I do want to share with you another community theory based on this discovery, and it's from Leviathan. Leviathan has like other things in his username that I don't want to share with you all because I don't want the YouTube demonetization demons to just break in my windows and strangle me, but Leviathan googled important dates that are relevant to NASA and space exploration that may have anything to do with 2203, meaning March 22nd, and this is what he found. In 1946, the first US rocket left Earth's atmosphere, and this is a big thing and might be what this is a hint towards, but again, if Bethesda is hinting towards this, obviously rockets have left Earth's atmosphere a long time ago in a Starfield universe by that point, so why would they be referencing this date unless it means that we're going to be taking the next step and leaving our solar system or something like that? That could theoretically be what this hint is for. Also in 1982, the third space shuttle mission Columbia 3 launched as well. In 1997, Comet Hale-Bopp had its closest approach to Earth, so maybe this is a reference to that, which again, I don't know why. I doubt people would pick up on that, especially when you consider all these dates that are relevant to NASA. And even as recent as 2010, NASA's rover Spirit gets stuck in a sand trap on Mars and ceases communication with Earth. So while a lot of stuff seems to have happened on March 22nd in NASA and just space exploration history, it seems a lot more likely that this date wouldn't be one of multiple possible important dates in terms of NASA history, but rather would be E3 2022, and that's basically what I think this is. The TL Doctor of what my opinion on this is yes, I do think this was a tease by Bethesda Game Studios, and I believe this is the first tease they wanted to draw everyone into with, so that way we dig into the trailer and find the High Rock and Hammerfell tease. And on top of that, I believe that this is a tease regarding E3 2022, but it's not confirmation from Bethesda that Starfield will be there, because we already should infer that based upon them giving us the release date in the same trailer. So instead, I feel like this is them telling us to not expect anything until E3 2022. But that basically finishes up everything that I want to talk about in today's video. As always, I want to hear your opinion on this. Let me know if you think this is a tease. Let me know if you think people are looking into this too deep. And let me know what you think this means down in the comments below. Be sure to hit the like button if you enjoy the content, and subscribe so you can stay in the know when it comes to the latest news. Make sure you're still subscribed, because that YouTube algorithm likes to randomly unsubscribe people. And huge shout out to everyone that has supported the channel over on Ko-fi, Patreon, or here on YouTube as an exclusive channel member. If you want to get a permanent future video shout out, you can support the channel on any of these places. That list is getting added to my next video. This video did take precedent because this discovery literally was just noticed by myself and the community over on my Discord. Links for all this and more are down in the description below, and as always, thank you for watching. Be sure to tune in next time when someone discovers a QR code in the trailer that allows you to download and play Starfield right now.
It just works.